Good evening, everyone. Our state legislators have been very busy, and traffic coming from Hartford is sometimes a dilemma, an additional dilemma for them during the course of the day. But on behalf of the officers and members of the Democratic Town Committee, thank you all for being here this evening. We are ready to hear an important announcement, which is one that I think should excite us all and get us ready as we begin to formulate the Democratic team that will be presented to the voters of Danbury for this November 7th election. We have lots of work to do. Our message needs to be delivered to all the people in each and every neighborhood throughout every corner of the city, and we will in fact do that, and do that starting early. I'd like to first recognize obviously the officers and members of the Democratic Town Committee who are here, and thank them for being here and for their continued volunteer work on behalf of our party and on behalf of our city. And I want to recognize the members of our City Council that are here, starting with our City Council leader, Tom Saadi, with Councilman Paul Rotello, Councilman John Esposito III, Councilman Joanne Perkins, and Councilman Fred Visconti. So thank you all for being here as well. We are in the process of formulating our team, as I had said, and we are continuing to encourage people to come forward and express their interest in running for the various positions that will be presented on the ballot come November 7th at this municipal election. And those include positions from mayor to city treasurer, to the town clerk, to the city council, to the zoning commission, to the board of education, and our constables. And we will, I'm committed to you, and I know our town committee together is committed to present to the voters a full slate of candidates of quality, good people who can represent our city on each of those boards, commissions, and within our city's legislative body, as well as in our city hall. So with that, I'd like to introduce to you a member of our town committee, a longtime member of our town committee who's been in service for a lifetime to others, at the national level, at the state level, and certainly here at home. And with that, Mr. Al Almeida.
We wanted to do this in the winter time, but we're about 2 days into the springtime, so that's acceptable. Thank you for attending tonight's event. I want to thank my family, especially my children, Rachel, Allison, Brian, and for being here, for being there for my life. I also want to thank my fiancée Carla and her children, my parents, my friends and co-workers for keeping it real for me. I would like to thank the Democratic Town Committee team for believing in me and for the ultimate support of which I asked which I asked this evening. I thank God who paved the way for me in many challenges and opportunities I have encountered in my personal life and career that led me to be here before you today. Ladies and gentlemen, the story of my life is not about the entirety of my life, but merely a story. I'm a proven example of what American dream is about. Starting in Danbury as a young immigrant with strong family values, I have risen to high levels of leadership through various life experiences. This year's election is not about Democrats or Republicans alone. It's about all of Danbury. Danbury has unlimited potential to be the role model of other cities in Connecticut. But to do that, we must elect a new leader that has a new vision, who is motivated, who is innovative, and driven and devoted solely to the mission of building a better Danbury. For the past years, too many areas that require undivided attention and focus have been neglected by the current administration. Danbury should not play second fiddle to a mayor that has other inspirations as he takes a bite at the gubernatorial apple for the third time. The office of the mayor should not be a consolation prize for someone that has interests elsewhere. I personally wish the mayor the best as he ventures out of the Danbury. The Danburyans deserve a leader that is focused solely on serving all of us. Danbury deserves a leader that understands the reality of families that struggle daily to provide sustenance, pay for their children's education, and strive to realize their dreams. Danbury taxpayers have seen an increase in property taxes since the mayor has entered office. In the past 8 years alone, Danbury have paid an increase of average of 4.74% per year, while in the last 4 years, the jump went from 3.5% to 19.38%, a 15.9% increase. Danbury residents see taxes go up and service dwindling or deteriorating at best. There are many needs in Danbury, but we must concentrate on those that will provide government accessibility, a better quality of life, equal and stronger education for all of our children, enhanced police protection and public safety, freeze the property taxes and fees at affordable rates, regenerating downtown, and wisely planned investment in our infrastructure. We need redevelopment program in various areas of our city, in the center and beyond. We need an in-depth traffic plan that addresses innovative ways to ease the burden of traffic, safety, and its economic impact. We need City Hall open to the public on Fridays. We need leadership that is fresh and vibrant. Danbury has unlimited potential that must capture and capitalize on these opportunities now. To do so, we need a new leadership with a new vision. I want and need your support to be that leader. As a taxpayer, I've not seen a good return on my investment. So if you ask me what motivates me to lead Danbury, it is my desire to serve something greater than myself. As a lifetime in service to others, it's time for me to offer to be the servant leader of the wonderful people in the greatest city in Connecticut. Somewhere along my career, others thought me as a leader. Simply, I saw myself as someone doing what was needed to be done. My successes have not been centered on my needs, but on the needs of others and those of my community, the state, and the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I officially and proudly announce my candidacy for mayor of Danbury as a Democrat. But remember that, like you, I'm a Danburyan, first and foremost. My allegiance is always will be to my family, the Danbury family, and the success of our city as your mayor. Thank you for being here tonight with me, and God bless Danbury, the state of Connecticut, and the United States of America.
Thank you very much, Al, and thank you for your willingness to enter the arena. With that, we'd like to hear from the great state representative from the 110th district within our city, President Pro Tem, the Deputy Speaker Pro Tem, of the Connecticut State House of Representatives, our own Bob Godfrey.
What a great turnout. Thank you all for being here. I'm very proud to have been asked and been able to perform here tonight as the first public elected official to endorse Al Almeida for mayor of the city of Almeida. Number one, he is a man of the highest character. He has all of the values that we share that have made up his entire lifetime. And it's the kind of values that we as a Democratic Party, as we as Danburyans, completely share. He stands for working families. And he starts, of course, with his own. He has family values. It's time we got back to real family values of loving one another, of making America love again. It's something that we seem to have been in the process of losing, and we gotta fix that. Thank you to the Al Almeida family for sharing him with us. It's going to be a very, very long summer and fall. Enjoy him whenever you can, because we're all going to be grabbing him and dragging him off to things and get our message out. Al's a man of incredible integrity. He is a leader. He's a natural leader, but he also, by his longtime activities with the Army of the United States, been a true disciplined, caring leader. And we need more of that for the city of Danbury. It's no question in my mind that he is devoted to the city of Danbury. It's his hometown, it's my hometown, it's your hometown, and we need a leader who cares more about that than personal ambition or some ideology. It's time to fix what needs to be fixed in Danbury to make this a very happy and prosperous place for everybody. They say, I've heard the expression that there's no Democratic or Republican way to build sewers or fix the roads or, well, I don't know, Wednesday morning I pulled out of my house. We finally dug out after the big snowstorm. And the streets of the city of Danbury were in really bad shape. I'm going, as I'm just driving from my house on Stillman Avenue up to Interstate 84 to go to work, it's slippery. It's not fully plowed. Maybe we should be putting Danbury taxpayer dollars into clearing the roads. I talked to Tom Saadi about it afterwards. He said, well, yeah, the mayor has decreased the number of people in public works, and that's probably the reason why the roads weren't clear. So let's get away from that kind of ideology, that austerity ideology, which has been tried over and over again in other countries and other states and never has worked. Al Almeida is going to turn that around for the city of Danbury and its people. There's no question in my mind about that. And as we've seen, sadly, the Republican Party, nationally especially, but in the state too, just pull this country down. It's time that we had true patriots like Al Almeida step up, take the leadership of our town, our beloved Danbury, and turn that attitude around. We should love one another. We should take care of one another. It is our moral imperative to do that. And I know that Al has that grounding in morality, in caring, and in love of one another to be able to bring Danbury up to speed on that. Something that we have seen not enough of in the last decade and a half. I'm also looking forward, for the first time in over 15 years, of actually seeing what the mayor's office looks like. Now, I've been a long time state representative, and I couldn't tell you how the mayor's office is decorated, because I've not been in it since Gene left that office. I actually spent more time with Gene in a month than I have with the current mayor in like a year. It is time for more cooperation between the city of Danbury's leaders, led by Al Almeida, and state leaders too. More can be done with cooperation, more can be done with dialogue, and less by just, press releases and statements and some of the nonsense. I know Al Almeida didn't vote for his dog for president, right? Okay. That's kind of thing's gonna go. So it gives me the greatest of pleasure to stand up here before you and say, Al Almeida for mayor of the city of Danbury. Let's go, let's fight, let's win.
Speaker. I'd just like to now introduce to you the junior member of our state legislative delegation. Junior only because he doesn't have gray hair yet. Mr. David Arconti from the 109th District.
Thanks, everyone. And yeah, no gray hair yet. I still have my hair too, so I'm about that. I'm here tonight as well, as with Representative Godfrey, to offer my support and my endorsement for Al Almeida to be the next mayor of the city of Danbury. You know, Al's also my next door neighbor, so I've known him quite a while. And going through his resume here, he has 3 Bronze Stars, 5 Army Accommodation Medals with Valor, and numerous other awards. Al is ready. Al is a born leader. He's going to offer a new dynamic vision for the city of Danbury, and there's no better person in my mind to offer that vision than Al. And I'm going to do everything I can over the next 6-8 months to make sure that vision. So he has the opportunity to fulfill his vision, but he's going to need everybody's help in this room as well. It's going to take a village to help get Al's message out. So I hope everyone is committed, as I am, to work hard for the next 6 to 8 months and help our good friend Al out, because he's going to have a big task ahead of him, but he's ready and he's getting started early. So I'm excited for him and I'm excited to work for him. Thanks, Al. Appreciate it.
We're truly blessed in our community to have people who are willing to serve our government, to serve all of us on a volunteer basis. Someone, too, who, like Al, has been selfless in serving our nation, our state, and our city, and that's our council leader, Tom Saadi.
Thank you, Gene, Bob, Dave, and Al especially. Thank you for volunteering to take on this task. I'm happy here to support and endorse Al Almeida as our Democratic mayoral candidate, and I'm very happy and echo the comments of others to have a mayoral candidate so early in an election year to help lead our ticket to success in November. Al has, as others have said, a record of service, more than 2 decades with the judicial branch, decades as a community volunteer in Danbury and beyond, and near and dear to my heart, nearly 4 decades in the United States military. As David said, he's a highly decorated soldier, a command sergeant major. For those in the military know that that is a high leadership position. And while I'm a major, I take orders oftentimes from command sergeant majors because they have the knowledge and leadership skills that oftentimes teach the officers how to lead their soldiers. 2 combat tours in Iraq are under his belt. I'm proud to call him a brother in arms who stands up for veterans, for service members, for their families, putting the men and women in his unit and in his command first and foremost. And because of that, I know he was somebody who will apply those same leadership skills to fighting for middle-income families, seniors, and all Danbury residents. It's not about one constituency, one party, or one philosophy. Al is an immigrant from Portugal. He mentioned that, but I have seen him, and going back years, truly living the American dream and wanting to help others live that same dream, no matter what country they came from, no matter their background. This election is not about Al or me or the other council members or any candidate. It's about all of us together as Danburyans, working together, pulling together, and doing what is right for all our residents. And that will be all of us coming together in November and electing Al Almeida as our mayor and the entire Democratic ticket November this year, so that we may have a great victory celebration after that election and lead our city forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This is great representation of what the Democratic Party stands for in the city of Danbury, don't you believe? 0-4. Thank you. I invite all of you to take one of the brochures that Al has available today to share those with your family and your friends, your neighbors, your co-workers, so that we can ensure that people learn and get to know everything we need to tell them about Al Almeida. For the sake of those who aren't here, but for the sake of those who will share what's transpiring here this evening, I'd like to address some of the content that's contained within his brochure. And before I do that, let me also mention that it takes funds to be able to wage a successful campaign at any level. Fortunately for our state candidates, there's the opportunity to access the Citizens Election Program, where minimal funds need to be raised by those candidates, and then they're supported by our tax dollars through the Citizens Election Program. At the local level of government, our local candidates running for municipal office, for mayor through constable, are dependent upon all of us to raise the necessary funds to support their endeavors. So whatever we do going forward, such as in May, hopefully by Memorial Day, holding our annual Democratic dinner, of which you'll be hearing about more shortly, and also through support of our program book, which raises the necessary funds for our municipal candidates in particular during the year 2017. Al will be actively engaged, as other candidates will, in raising the funds that are necessary to run an effective and aggressive campaign and to deliver our message to all the people of the city of Danbury. We have a responsibility as a Democratic Town Committee to ensure that the voters of Danbury have a choice. And they will have a clear choice come November 7th with a full slate of candidates that will be presented to them. But Al Almeida, as has been said, is a longtime Danbury resident. He's lived and worked in our community for 45 years, over 45 years upon arriving here at the age of 11 from Portugal. For over 23 years, he's been employed by the state of Connecticut as an investigator in the Office of the Public Defender in the Danbury Judicial District. Al earned a master's degree in Homeland Security Leadership from the University of Connecticut and a bachelor's degree in Justice and Law Administration from Western Connecticut State University. He's a graduate of Henry Abbott Technical School. He's an inductee into the school's Hall of Fame. He was elected president of the school's Hall of Fame committee and president of the student, teacher, parent, faculty organization. For the past 38 years, Al has served our city, state, and nation in the U.S. Army and the U.S. Army Reserves. Currently, he holds the rank of Command Sergeant Major in the U.S. Army Reserves. And during his decorated military career, he's been deployed twice to Iraq in support of the global war on terror. He's the proud recipient, as you've heard, of the Legion of Merit Medal, of 3 Bronze Stars, of 2 Meritorious Service Medals, 5 Army Accommodation Medals with a Valor Device, the Operation Iraqi Freedom Medal with 4 Campaign Stars, and the Combat Action Badge, among many other prestigious awards. He now serves as the Command Sergeant Major of the 99th Regional Support Command, who expertly directs 2,300 civilians and 570 servicemen and women who provide management and support to Army Reserve soldiers in the 13-state Northeast region. He is the steward of this organization, managing its $210 million budget. Al, as he noted, is very proud of his 3 children, Rachel, Allison, and Brian, his son-in-law Thomas, the husband of Rachel, and his fiancée Carlita, with her children Marcel, Michelle, and April, his father Antonio, and his mother Cecilia. And Al has many family members who live and work in Danbury and live and work within the greater Danbury community. With them, with all of us together, we can ensure the success of Danbury Democrats and the success of the city, more importantly, come November 7th. It's going to take all of us. This is a city that is registered strongly in the favor of Democrats over Republicans. And over the past several months, certainly prior to and subsequent to this past November's election, we have seen significant increases in the Democratic rolls of registration, where we continue to gain a greater plurality over those who are registered Republican within our city. Our goal, obviously, is to work to bring those Democrats home, to to vote for our Democratic candidates, and also to convince enough of the unaffiliated voters to support us as well. This is a democratic city. It should be a democratically controlled government at the local level, as it is at the state, and certainly as we will work to ensure occurs once again at the national level in 2020, maybe 2018. But with that, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. There are forms that you can take with you to mail in a contribution. There are forms so that you can complete a contribution form this evening and leave a contribution toward Al's campaign. He has filed his campaign committee. His treasurer is Zachary Rapp, who is standing in the back. And Al is assembling his campaign team to be able to lead our entire ticket as we wage that aggressive and effective campaign and deliver a democratic message to the people and all the people of the city of Danbury, now leading to the November 7th election of 2017. So with that, I thank you all for being here. I thank Al for offering himself as a candidate. I look forward to working with all of you and doing the hard work that's going to be necessary over the ensuing 7+ months to ensure a victory come November 7th. Please enjoy the rest of the refreshments, and thank you once again for all.